Hello, my name is Mkemedoit. For today, we are gonna be discussing Project Star. Now, remember, I haven't actually talked to you guys. It's been almost a week because I was trying to actually get my thoughts out, and I haven't really released anything upon this game yet because I am actually thinking really hard if I should actually post it or not. And to be honest, I've been having a lot of retakes and stuff like that. I am on my seventh take right now, or maybe 10 take. I can't remember because I keep deleting and stuff because as I see in my result, I don't really like it. So yeah, let's start. Okay, first of all, the game is actually really based on part 3, um, JoJo Bizarre Adventure. If you haven't actually watched it, then go watch it. Go watch it on, I don't know, any site that you could actually watch it, Netflix or something. Yeah, the game was really good at first, but yeah, upon release it was really bad. In the intake there was a lot of bugs, issues, especially optimization that we have actually encountered, or I actually encountered in the game itself. So first of all, there was a lot of cheaters or exploiters upon the game. So yeah, that's one of those things that really a downright thing that many players hated the most when the game releases at the first. So yeah, as I myself as a scripter, or trying to do VFX or trying to learn VFX, there was a lot of things that they're wrong in the game, especially upon opening the bug console. So yeah, first of all, there was an optimization problem. The server itself was really bad upon encountering it for the first couple of weeks, or on the fourth or third. I think it was in the fourth day. Upon release, it was really bad. The optimization was gone. So yeah, I think it was from the server, or maybe it was from the knockback system in the game itself. So as myself, I am not a developer, so I don't really know exactly what happened. So yeah, let's continue. First of all, let's focus on the combat system. The combat system was really good upon release, but the problem is the execution. The execution was really bad upon doing the system where the NPC can just bypass you, just like in AUT or alternate universe. Oh my god. So yeah, in Universal game, so there was actually a lot of problems in that game as well. But yeah, it's still good. But yeah, the animation was really good, to be honest. I really like how you made the uncanny feeling disappear and make it somewhat alive or something. So to be able to do that, kudos to you. I really like it. So the game was really um forced, or maybe upon release, because there was a lot of problem for the first week. So I wouldn't say less upon that one, but if I look in another perspective, or if we remove all the bugs and issues that occurred in the game itself, I would say the game was likely 7 out of 10, because first of all, there was a lot of details, but the problem is there isn't a lot of a probability of gameplay itself, or gameplay wise, that you couldn't even visit any other places, but it's only a one hub. But there is also a dungeon. Now dungeons are really cool, but the problem is it's only a natural way, so it's only one way that you could only fight people at, or maybe those NPCs at. It does have any different bosses or varieties of bosses that I could actually fight for, but the problem is it's still gonna be the same if I actually like this dungeon, or like go to different dungeon and have any different uniqueness into that one. So yeah, the hourly boss, I would say, is actually really fun to fight, especially having very different uniqueness, or very different skill set upon trying to defeat it. But the problem is it's only gonna be one meta, which is gonna be AoE damage, or AoE stun, which is gonna be Magician Red, or gonna be the Emperor the like different things that could actually damage you from afar away. So yeah, that's the actual meta when trying to defeat an enemy or so. So yeah, let's talk about the attributes. Now the attributes are really good. You actually implement that in the game itself, but the problem is it isn't actually arcade because you have to fight enemies. So it is a whole grind. Now, upon placing this one, there is a huge issue upon doing that because if we actually go for a story-driven game, it is actually fishable or finishable upon 2 hours. 2 hours if you actually have a decent amount of gameplay or just skip straight at it. And to be honest, that's basically how you actually finish the game if you know how to do it. But if it comes to the point where you just have to keep going or keep grinding, this game is really grindy, to be honest. And I cannot say to any other games, especially every other games are really grindy. It's gonna be that repeatable cycle that's gonna happen through any other RPG game, so I couldn't say less. But the problem about this game, it's so grindy that it's so boring to be honest because there isn't much lacking. So if you reach about level 69 or level 75, there isn't much. DO boss is really the simple thing that you could actually defeat so that you could actually go for dungeons. Now dungeons keep repeating the all the cycles that it could get actually boring. So you know that this game is actually to the point that as I see it is a walking simulator because if I have to go to any other quest or so, it's gonna be in that same spot and it's gonna make me so like how do you say it? Like it's very very different from my point of view from any other people because as they said it, this game is really a walking simulator because you travel to a one point and then you need to travel to another point because you need to talk to that guy again. It's basically okay, I can travel back here, so there isn't any fast travel. And to also add to this is they also have this one big area which is gonna be all the players at or just the spawn point of the players, and that's really the main point because you couldn't even travel to one point to another, and to only be faster is to use a stand attribute called speed, which could zoom out all of the area or get the game passes, which is can be the motorcycle. So the game pass isn't really worth it that much unless if you have a lot of money then you could buy it, especially the private server into that game is actually really good. So if you want to farm then you could actually get that. So it's really based into free to play players, so I actually like that. I'm gonna call it shadowless. To be honest, the developers itself is really communicable. You could communicate with them to actually get like a very very good point or standpoint where they could actually give out a very detailed, or you could give them an actual detailed stand so that they could implement it into the game. So yeah, let's talk about the stand itself. Now the stand and then the skill or style, or I don't know what you call it, but style, fighting style. I'm just gonna call it fighting style, and then the stand is really limited because I like your concept that you have put in it into part 3 and part 1. I like all of those things. But in standpoint, there is a small limited stand, but the problem is the attribute. If you remove the attribute, you could actually make this fun because if you remove that one piece that could actually ruin your game. It doesn't really ruin the experience, but the problem is if you're actually fighting an enemy that has a legendary stand, then that's the problem. Unless if you're actually into arcade, then you can actually get through that one. And if this game is really arcade, then you could proceed to do that one, and you have the 1v1 system that you could have that implemented attributes and stuff like that. So that's, I don't know if that's an issue for any other PvP players or PvP players. But yeah, as I see it, It's kind of like a very very grindy Stein point or recyclable thing that's gonna keep happening if you want to have this kind of a stat and stuff like that. So I wouldn't say less. So yeah, I wouldn't say that this game is really disappointing from my standpoint. I really like the game, the concept itself. From the details, I really like the details, the music as well. But yeah, sometimes it's annoying, sometimes it isn't. I really like the Egyptian themes that you have done, especially the backstory. You did actually add some backstory into this game, not like going afar from the story of part 3. So yeah, kudos to you guys. Yeah, kudos to your first game. I wouldn't say much. Yeah, it's just that the first day of the release was so bad that if you actually keep doing updates into this game, or add a big update that could actually let players actually play the game again. So yeah, the game is actually dead. I couldn't say anymore. Yeah, the devs actually or announced that he couldn't actually do any more or frequent updates because he learned his mistake from the get-go. Yeah, and it's his first game also, so kudos to that. The game was really amazing for your first game. Yeah, it was really amazing. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I wouldn't really proceeded to do anything else. For my feedback, I would say yeah, the game was really awesome. There was a lot of things that was wrong, but yeah, it happened in the past. If you could actually move on, then move on. So thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm really sorry for I have posted it really really late. And see you next time. Maybe I'll talk about GPO next. I don't know. Goodbye.